Hi everyone, I'm Rachel and behind the camera is Adam.
Hello.
And we make at home and in the parks videos, and today we're going to be making 3 Mario snacks and treats, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to make are mushroom cupcakes. I baked this yellow cake and leveled it so all the cupcakes will be the same height. Now we'll cut out small circles, which will be the base of our mushrooms. Now to make the tops of our mushrooms using this small semi-sphere silicone mold, try saying that 5 times fast. I'll add 5 small circles with a dotting tool and a star pattern. To do this, I melted white candy melts with about a tablespoon of coconut oil. After the dots air dried for about 10 minutes, I melted some red candy melts and I'm adding about a tablespoon to each cavity and tilting the mold around to give it an even coating. Then using a flat surface, I'm scraping off the excess so that the mushroom caps come out cleanly. After hardening, they should come out of the mold super easily. If you want to make sure they're fully hardened, I recommend putting them in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes before removing. I used the same steps to make these green mushroom caps as well. Now I'm piping on the eyes of the mushrooms using some black candy melts. To assemble our mushrooms, we'll pipe on a dollop of vanilla icing on the top of the cupcake and then add the mushroom cap. Here's how the mushroom cupcakes turned out. I also had to make the Mega Mushroom because it was prominent in the new Super Mario Bros. Game on the DS, which I used to play all the time with my brother. Our next treat is going to be some fun-filled Yoshi chocolate eggs. I'm going to start with one of the fillings and I need to cut out some tiny star-shaped cookies. You can either make your own or use store-bought dough. Once they're out of the oven and completely cooled, I'm going to take the same black candy melts from before and pipe on the eyes. Making the eggshells is very similar to how we made the mushroom caps. I'm using the same dotting tool as before, but making larger dots on the inside of the egg mold with green candy melts. I'll add about 2 tablespoons of white candy melts to fill out the rest of the egg molds. Hopefully, if you make these at home, you're able to make slightly less of a mess than I did. Now to gather all of our fillings, we'll be using the star cookies we made earlier, these cute mushroom candies, these coin-shaped candies, both of these I got on Amazon, and then some chocolate mushrooms. If you know about these, there's a debate about which shape is better, the mushroom one or the bamboo shoots. I'm team mushroom, let me know what side you're on in the comments. Next is some rainbow star sprinkles, and then lastly we have some adorable Mario themed gummies that I found at Walmart. To assemble, I have a bowl with all of our fillings and the 2 halves of our egg. On a warm pan, I'm going to slightly melt the edges of the shells so that we can stick them together after adding our filling. Now for the fun part, we get to break it open. On to our last snack, we'll be making fire flower guac. I'm going to start by making the chips, and to do this, I'm cutting out large star shapes from a corn tortilla and baking them in the oven. I made a lot of these, and I mean a lot, so I recommend just making a few and mixing them into a bowl with other chips so you can save time. As soon as they came out of the oven, I sprinkled them with salt while they were still hot, but now that they're cooled, I'm using a food-safe marker to give them their eyes. You can either buy guacamole from the store or you can make it yourself. I find that most people have their own recipe, but here's how I like to make it at home. We use chopped up tomatoes, jalapenos to give it some spice since it is a fire flower guac after all, a mixture of salt, pepper, and garlic, fresh avocados, a squeeze of lime, and cilantro to taste. To make the fire flower decoration, start by cutting out an oval shape from a reddish-orange bell pepper. Then use a slightly smaller oval cutter to hollow out the center. Using the same size cutter, cut out another oval, but this time from a yellow bell pepper. The last thing we need to cut is a small oval from a slice of cheese. Any white cheese will do, but I'm using Swiss. On the piece of cheese with a food safe marker, I'm going to add the eyes. To put the fire flower together, I'm adding a basil stem and my larger red bell pepper oval to the guac. Then my yellow bell pepper should fit right inside the red one. At the base of the stem, I'll add 2 basil leaves. Finishing it off, I'll place the cheese slice in the center of the yellow bell pepper. And here's how everything turned out. I absolutely love it, and I definitely was inspired by the Mario movie, which we just saw a few days ago. Not sponsored, wish I was. Absolutely love the Mario franchise and cannot wait to see the movie again. I highly recommend it. But anyways, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. I had such a fun time making it for you all, and please consider subscribing if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone!